So, welcome back to part 4 of my Dawnguard Let's Play, where we're going to be getting together some of the other members of the Dawnguard. First, I'm going to be going after the animal tamer guy, who by the map appears to be at Clear Spring Tarn. You learn where stuff like that is after you've played for 600 hours. Sad, I know. Should be just up this hill. Hey there, buddy. Wanna come join the Dawnguard? Get cool armor and shit, yo.
I've tracked this damned bear for 2 weeks. I'll not let it have any more victims. Ithron needing someone else's help. Never thought I'd hear that. I'm afraid he's a few years too late. Besides, he can handle anything alone. He assured me so himself. What could he possibly need my help with? Vampires, well, that might change things. Tell me more about what's going on. By the 8th. Alright, look. I'll consider it. But I can't just leave this bear to prey on more innocent people. Once it's dealt with, then perhaps I'll see what Ithran expects of me. Watch yourself. This bear is vicious.
Is it gonna be like some giant boss vampire bear? Because that'd be kind of cool. Looks like he's got a troll friend as well. Let's try out this shout. Got decent range. It's just a normal cave there. Easy.
Don't know how well I'd have managed by myself. You have my thanks. You've helped me, so I suppose the
Not very well with that iron war axe of yours.
Still at that fort near Stendar's beacon, I assume. If Ithran is anything, he's stubborn. He's been working on that place for years now. Never lets anyone in. His own little fortress. I'll meet you there.
Alright, I'll just search this place and then we'll head over to the Reach to recruit the Breton woman. Must have already read that one. Let's see what this bow does. Cool.
I'll see you at Fort Dawnguard.
Alright, shouldn't be too far to wherever she is. Just have a bit of a nighttime run across the Reach. Not like it's dangerous or anything. Don't really remember what's in that one. Well, we can always come back to it later. Yeah, the Skyforged Steel Sword's really good because the way the stamina calculation for power attacks works is it's 30 plus the double the weight of your weapon. So that's why bound weapons use very little stamina, and Daedric weapons and stuff like that use loads. Hello.
My satchel anyway. You haven't seen a sack full of dwarven gyros lying around, have you? I'd swear I left it
It's
right
probably
here.
just on the riverbank or something.
Do you think mud crabs might have taken it? Just look around, will you? Isran? Wants me? No, you must be mistaken. He made it exceedingly clear the last time we spoke that he had no interest in my help. I find it hard to believe he's changed his mind. He said some very hurtful things to me before I left. Anyway, I'm quite happy in my current pursuits. So if you'll excuse me... Vampires. Really? Oh, and I suppose now he remembers that I proposed no less than 3 different scenarios that involved vampires overrunning the population. Well, what are they up to? Well, that's actually something I never would have anticipated. Interesting. I'm not sure what they would do with one, but in this case, Isran is probably correct in thinking it isn't good. Alright. If nothing else, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to learn more about what's going on so I can better defend myself. But I'm not just going to abandon what I've been working on here. It's too useful. I need at least 1 intact dwarven gyro. So either I need to find the satchel those mud crabs stole, or I need another gyro from someplace. You wouldn't happen to... I'm sorry, but I'm not about to do that with at least a single gyro to show for my efforts. I understand that, but I really can't leave here without at least 1 usable piece of dwarven equipment. A single gyro would be enough, I think.
Better be. I won't have to go into a ruin and find one.
Then I'm very sorry, but I can't just walk away from this project yet.
Well, that was easy.
Alright then. Just 1 gyro. 1, and I can get... I understand that. A single gyro would be enough, I think. Thank you. It's not much, but now, where is it Isran expects me to go? Ah, been working more on his secret hideout, has he? I'll finish up here and head in that direction as soon as I can. See you there.
Might drop some of these gyros, then go on a selling run to Whiterun.
They say if a vampire so much as scratches you, you'll turn into one. That better not be true.
Yes?
He sounds like a vampire.
Got some good pieces out. I don't claim to...
Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Might just make some leather braces out of these hides. It's better than selling them.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
And I'll smelt down this corundum. Less weight that way. So I'll need to make 6 of those.
Have you met my father? Take a look. Until
Right,
next
let's
time.
go to Belethor's.
Got something to say?
Get back in your shop.
For a dragon to attack Kyne's Grove.
Let me know if you see anything you like. Everything's for trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
This might take a while.
Do come back.
Alright, so I'll head back over to the fort and meet up with the others. Ah, the deer evades me yet again. I like what they've done to the place.
attack us here, but you never know.
Alright, Isra.
What's going on?
It's all here. Now what do you want?
Hold it right
Oh, he's
there.
up there.
What are you doing?
Making sure you're not vampires.
Ooh, shiny.
So
It's funny because it's nighttime.
I'm sure you've heard a bit of what we're up against. Powerful vampires, unlike anything you've seen before. And they have an Elder Scroll.
I wonder what would have happened if you caught vampirism during that last quest.
This is all well and good, but do we actually know anything about what they're doing? What do we do now?
We'll get to that. For now, get acquainted with the space. Serene, you'll find room to start your tinkering on that crossbow design you've been working on. Gunmar, there's an area large enough for you to pen up some trolls. Get them armored up and ready for use.
I like the sound of that.
We're going to get to the bottom of why a vampire showed up here looking for you. Let's go have a little chat with it, shall we?
Cozy little place, isn't this?
Let me guess, Serana.
Hope you're getting along with Isra.
I knew that torture room was going to be for something.
This vampire showed up while you were away. I'm guessing it's the one you found in Dim Hollow Crypt. Says it's got something really important to say to you. So let's hear it.
You probably weren't expecting to see me again. I'd rather not be here either.
Actually, I was, but anyway.
It's important, so please just listen before your friend here loses his patience. Well, it's about me, and the Elder Scroll that was buried with me. The reason I was down there, and why I had the Elder Scroll. It all comes back to my father. I'm guessing you figured this part out already, but my father's not exactly a good person, even by vampire standards. He wasn't always like that, though. There was a turn. He stumbled onto this obscure prophecy and just kind of lost himself in it. It's pointless and vague, like all prophecies. The part he latched onto said that vampires would no longer need to fear the sun. That's what he's after. He wants to control the sun. Have vampires control the world. Anyway, my mother and I didn't feel like inviting a war with all of Tamriel, so we tried to stop him. That's why I was sealed away with the scroll. I'm sorry. I had heard there were vampire hunters here. I thought they might want to know about a vampire plot to enslave the rest of the world. Was I wrong? Well, let's move then. I'm nothing if not persuasive.
All right, you've heard what it has to say. Now tell me, is there any reason I shouldn't kill this blood-sucking fiend right now? Set my hatred aside? Not a chance. It's what keeps me strong. You better know what you're doing. It can stay for now, but if it so much as lays a finger on anyone here, I'll hold you responsible. Got it? You hear me? Don't feel like a guest, because you're not. You're a resource. You're an asset. In the meantime, don't make me regret my sudden outburst of tolerance and generosity. Because if you do, your friend here is going to pay for it.
Thank you for your kindness. I'll remember it the next time I'm feeling hungry. So, in case you didn't notice the giant thing on my back, I have the Elder Scroll with me. Whatever it says, it will have something that can help us stop my father. But of course, neither of us can read it. Well, the Moth Priests are the only ones I've heard of who can do it. They spend years preparing before they start reading, though. Not that it helps us anyway, because they're all half a continent away, in Cyrodiil.
Some Imperial scholar arrived in Skyrim a few days ago. I was staking out the road when I saw him pass by. Maybe that's your Moth Priest.
Do you know where he's staying now?
No, and I'm not going to waste men looking. We're fighting a war against your kind, and I intend to win it. You want to find him? Try talking to anyone who'd meet a traveler. Innkeepers and carriage drivers in the big cities, maybe. But you're on your own.
Any idea how you're going to find a Moth Priest? Skyrim's a pretty big place. Well, back before you know, the College of Winterhold was the first place I think to go for any kind of magic or historical thing. The wizards know about all kinds of things that people probably shouldn't know about. Actually, now that I think of it, I've been really wanting to get out and explore a bit. I mean, as much as anyone. Not a lot. You'd figure a couple hundred years locked away with one would have given me some insight, but no. Turns out you don't learn much from just sleeping with something. Not at this rate, no. That's a long story. I guess we kind of have to go way back, to the very beginning. Exactly. The first vampire came from Molag Bal. She was not a willing subject. Molag Bal is a powerful Daedric lord, and his will is made reality. For those willing to subjugate themselves, he will still bestow the gift, but they must be powerful in their own right before earning his trust. Nobody's ever asked me that before. I don't know. I think mostly I hate what it's done to my family. Well, you've met most of us. My father's not exactly the most stable, and it all ended with me being locked underground for who knows how long. It's definitely been a bad thing, on the whole. A cure? Why even think of it that way? I can't think of any reason. It may have driven my family
Alright,
apart,
well thanks
but
for
I'm
watching
still here,
guys, and
and I'm
be
alive.
sure to tune in for part 5, probably late today or tomorrow.